Hey guys and girls, my name is Alan and welcome to today's episode of News Drop. So today we're going to be talking about Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Recently the devs have announced the official lineup for the multiplayer game modes, and I'm going to go through them with you now, as you can see on the screen. This is taken from a blog post on the PlayStation website, by the way. Link in the description if you want to read it yourself. So first off, ranked TDM, as you can see front and center. So basically you play matches, the more you win, the higher up you go, and then you go into like a qualifier mode, and then that allows you to then move to the next bracket up, and then I think it goes from bronze all the way up to diamond rank. So if you're into your competitive play, this is what you'll be doing. I might have a crack at it. I mean, I sort of enjoyed it in Uncharted 3, but I think the setup was a bit weird. The fact that you could buy points to play more matches and stuff, I thought that was a bit BS. But I think they might have changed it around this time around. But again, it's hard to say until the game comes out. A bit more information there. As I said, you can read it on the screen or you can go to the website itself. Moving on to command mode. This is basically a domination-esque type game mode. So there's 3 points to capture. A, B, and C. You fight over those. Obviously, it's domination. So the more points you have, the more points you get, and you get points with capping them as well as neutralizing them from the enemy side. So yes, it's not just capping and defending. It's now you can actually neutralize it as well. So it can go to like a neutral point. And a big change in terms of that compared to previous like the domination type game modes is that every player on the team has a designated captain. Now this captain is a role that you can't choose, it is thrust upon you. So basically the better you do during the game, so let's say I don't know how it works exactly, it's a bit hard to see during the gameplay, but if you do like a lot of work in terms of getting kills, in terms of capping a lot of points, then you get promoted to captain. And if you're the captain, everyone on your team can see that you're the captain, and everyone on the opposite team can see you're the captain. As you can see, there are 3 different levels for being a captain. So first you need to become a captain, so I guess 4 levels if you want to look at it that way. So the more work you do during the match, which basically means you get promoted to captain of your team, and both sides have a captain on each side. And as you can see, there are 3 levels. So the first level, you get a certain amount of points assigned to you, and I'll explain a bit more about this in a second. And the second time you get more points, and then the third time you get more points. Now why have they assigned you points? So basically, obviously domination is a game mode about points. Let's just call them flags. The more flags that you capture, the more points your team gets, and whoever reaches the score limit first, which is a set number of points, that team wins. Okay, we're clear on that. So captains, where does this come into play? So as I said, once you become a captain, you get a certain amount of points assigned to you, and if you get killed by the enemy team, whatever point level you've got at the moment gets put onto their point score. Do you follow what I'm saying? So I think it's 20 for the first level, 40 for the second, and then 60 for the third. So it just adds another dimension to the game. So if you're one of those players who likes to go around getting kills, well, now you can now track down the enemy team's captain and earn your team a score amount just by killing that player, you see? So I mean, I guess 20 points is not that big a deal. 40 is quite a lot. 60 is a big chunk of points. So as I said, you could probably win the game just by going around killing enemy players. But obviously, if you kill enemy players all the time, you'll probably get map control, and then you'll get domination anyway. So it's a moot point. But it's just a nice little change on the traditional domination game mode. And as you can see, continuing on, team deathmatch does return. Which is obviously, that's just standard. TDM is TDM, right? You get a number of kills and you win. Plunder also returns. Slightly different now. Plunder is no longer a 5v5. That's right, you've heard me correct. Are you thinking, oh, they've finally made it a 6v6 so everyone can get a buddy? Don't know about the buddy system, by the way. I don't know if it returns or not. Nothing's been said about that. Plunder is now a 4v4. Yeah, a 4v4. 4 players versus 4 players in a game of Plunder. I don't understand it either. The excuse the reason that they cited during the live stream was that 5v5 Plunder was too crazy. There was too much stuff going on, too many mysticals, too many sidekicks, just too much crap going on, and they thought it was not a very good experience. So they dropped the number of players down to 4v4, which means 8 total in a lobby, and that's what it is now. In some ways it's good, in some ways it's bad. I mean, if you're a really good player and the other players aren't that great, then you're going to clean up. You're gonna clean house and get like a ridiculous amount of kills. On the flip side, if one of your players is not very good, and I'm talking a total noob, they're going to drag your team down. Because, how can I put this? The smaller the team size, the more important it is that every player can hold their own. So if you've got like a team of 100 players and one person is crap, then that one person is not really going to affect the team overall performance, right? But if you've got 4 players and one person is crap, that's a 25% of your of your team is not pulling its weight. That's going to have a massive effect on the game. So I don't know. I'm going to be interested to see how this works out. But I feel like if it comes to 4 randoms versus a clan of 4, you're going to get ruffle stomped, because as I said, numbers mean a lot when it gets to those sort of small team sizes. But again, we'll see when the game finally drops. Something else that's new to Uncharted: warm-up playlist. So it says here that you can experience the mechanics and stuff, but only for a certain number of matches. So I don't know if that means, like, I don't know if anyone's played like World at War and Black Ops 1. Treyarch put in a really cool thing where they gave brand new players, so you had to be you had to be either 0, can't be any higher than level 0 all the way up to level 10, I think it was. And if you were a noob, essentially, because you've never played before, you could put into these softer playlists with other players who are the same rank as you. So you'll be playing the game with other people who are also playing the game for the first time, which is really good, right? Because obviously you're all learning, you don't know what's going on, and there's nothing worse than being put into a game where everyone's like level 50 and you're level 2, and it's just massacre then. But as I said, I'm not sure if this is just for until you reach a certain rank and then you can't play it anymore, or if it's every time you play, you can play like 2 sessions in this warm-up playlist, and then you can move on to the official like playlist sort of thing. I'm not too sure about that, but I think it's the former. And then last but not least, Trials. So Trials, I saw a little bit of the footage on the live stream, and basically what they were doing is you could sort of practice using the mysticals and sidekicks and stuff in a safer environment. So it's just you versus bots. So you use these abilities, these sidekicks, and you try and rack up a score. Once you've reached a certain amount of score, you win the game, you beat the game, as far as I can tell. And then obviously there's 3 different difficulties, so there's easy, there's medium, and there's hard, or something like that. And basically if you complete each one, you get a set reward for completing each one, and then when you complete all of them, you get a bigger reward for completing all 3. I believe that's how it works. So it's a good little thing to try and teach you the basics of the game, so you don't get stomped as soon as you walk into multiplayer. That between warm up as well, I think is very good, because obviously you want to try and encourage as many people to jump into multiplayer as possible. But a lot of people out there, well, not a lot, but like some, a decent fraction of the player base might be a bit intimidated. It's like, oh, I don't really know what's going on, I don't want to play anymore. Or they'll have that one game and they'll get absolutely smashed by the opposite team, and they'll be like, I'm not touching that ever again. We've all been there. I mean, I've been smashed in my first game in certain multiplayer games before, but I've never given up. If it's something I enjoy, I will always come back fighting, and you can bet your ass I'm going to learn how to play the game well. But yeah, so the biggest glaring thing that you cannot see on the screen is co-op. That is the end of the article. I'll just scroll down to show you that that is indeed the end of the article. That is the end of the article, as you can see there. No mention of co-op whatsoever. It's been officially confirmed during the live stream and in the blog post itself, a little bit higher up, which I'm going to be talking about in a different video. But the point is, it's been confirmed that there is no co-op at launch of the game. So I'm hugely disappointed, a little bit annoyed, a little bit frustrated as well. But basically, that's just the way it is. There's not going to be any co-op at launch. No co-op at launch at all. Just those game modes I mentioned. So Plunder, Team Deathmatch, Rank Playlist, Warm-Up Playlist, and Trials. That's all there is going to be at launch, as well as obviously the campaign. So yeah, that's been the news drop video for today. It's pretty big news, and I'm a little bit shocked, to be honest. I found out about this last night, but it was too late to make a video. But it's just I've been sad all day, put it that way. I've been sad the entire day. But yeah, there's nothing I can do about it, and I just have to hope that the next few months fly by. But to be fair, this year has been going so quick, so before I know it'll be autumn, and then we'll be playing Uncharted, hopefully. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I mean, obviously I doubt if you're like me, you're happy about the fact there's no co-op. But what do you think about the other game modes? Do you reckon there'll be enough to keep you occupied until then? I'll be doing another couple of videos about the information that I gleaned during the live stream. It's quite a long video, so obviously I'm still making notes and just digesting it all, but I will make a couple more videos talking about the stuff that I've learnt, and hopefully those will be going up soon. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, consider tapping that like button. Please don't dislike for the fact there's no co-op. I can't control that. I'm just the bearer of bad news, unfortunately. But someone has to tell you, right? You guys will find out from someone. Might as well be your pal Alan. As I said, stick around. There's going to be a few more videos going up. Subscribe if you want to be alerted to those, but if not, just have a browse of the channel as and when you're free. But until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and until next time, take care.